You might think it's very hard to improve your mobility and that it would take ages for minor progress. But that's actually not true. With consistency and just a few exercises every day, for example, incorporate 2 or 3 exercises in your warming up before you start your training, over time you can make a lot of progress. In this video I'll show you 5 exercises again that you can add to your warming up or perform at home to work on your mobility and increase your functional range of motion. Let's go! The first one for today is a split stance good morning. We start with a wide stance with our legs extended. From here you hinge forward with your chest up, so an upright position. Keep a neutral spine and hinge forward and down to the floor as far as you can. Keep your legs straight as you go down and as you go back up. Feel for yourself how far you can hinge forward and don't push through that. If it's too easy, you can have a bit of a wider stance to make it harder. The split stance good morning we perform for 10 reps, 2 sets. The next one is a hip flexor stretch. You sit on one knee and you grab your back foot. Push your hips forward slowly with control to really stretch the hip flexor. And don't arch the spine too much, so we really want to address the hip flexor. If it's still too hard to do this stretch in a seated position, you can start by doing the stretch from a standing position. Stretch the hip flexors like this for 10 reps, left and right, 2 sets. Next exercise is for shoulder mobility. It's a child pose with shoulder rotations. In the child pose, make sure you keep your head on the floor and your weight on the heels. So lean backwards as far as you can. Hands in front of you as far as you can and keep your arms straight. During the rotation, also focus on keeping your arms straight and rotate as narrow as possible. Child pose shoulder rotation we perform for 10 left and right, 2 sets. Next one is for squat mobility. We start from a nice deep squat position, heels on the floor, chest up. You roll over your ankles with your knees towards the floor till you are in a kneeling position. Now the difficult part is to roll back to a squat position. Try to push your hips down so you go to a squat position as soon as your heels touch the floor. Make sure your feet are pointing forward so you address the ankle mobility as well in this one. If the floor is still a bit too far away, you can use a pillow, an ab mat or a drop pad to elevate the kneeling position. Squat to knees we perform for 10 reps, 2 sets. Last one is also for hip mobility. It's an endo rotation from a lying position. Make sure you bring your knee up to hip level before you start the endo rotation. You lift your foot as high as you can without lifting the knee or changing position. The endo rotation of the hip we perform for 10 left and right, 2 sets. Alright, these were the exercises. You can go ahead and practice these ones and don't forget to focus on control. Don't rush through the exercises. Remember, mobility is building strength through range, so control is the most important part. I will see you next time with new exercises. Bye!